So if you spent any time at all online lately, you've definitely seen them. Those slick videos promising some secret AI system that's going to completely change your life. They are incredibly persuasive. But have you ever stopped to wonder how they actually work? Like, what makes them so darn compelling? Well, today we're going to go under the hood. We're going to dissect the powerful formula behind a modern AI sales pitch, breaking it down piece by piece to show you the psychological triggers that make it so effective. See, it almost always starts with a hook just like this, a really bold, almost unbelievable question. But this isn't just some random opening line. Oh no, it's precision engineered to grab your attention. It goes straight for one of our deepest desires, that dream of passive income, right? Making money without having to trade your time for it. It's designed to make you stop scrolling and lean in, just for a second, thinking, wait, could this actually be real? So this opening strategy is kind of like a 1-2 punch. First, they hit you with this huge, almost magical solution. But then it does something really clever. It anticipates what you're thinking. It'll say something like, sounds like another scam, right? By calling itself out, the pitch acknowledges your doubt. And weirdly, that makes you trust it a little bit more. It's positioning itself as the one that's finally going to reveal a hidden truth. Okay, so once they've got you hooked, the pitch moves into its next critical stage. See, before they can sell you the cure, they have to make you really feel the disease. This part of the formula is all about tapping into a common, deeply felt problem to build this really powerful emotional connection. It's all about making you, the viewer, feel completely seen and understood. Now, what's really fascinating here is just how specific and relatable these pain points are. This isn't some abstract economic lecture. This is the day-to-day reality for millions of us. Inflation, stagnant wages, that feeling of being stuck on a hamster wheel, these are real anxieties. By listing them out like this, the pitch doesn't just describe a problem, it makes it your problem. Suddenly it feels personal, urgent, and like something that needs a solution fast. Posing a question like this is the perfect bridge. They've just successfully agitated the pain, making you feel the real weight of the problem. Now, by asking why it resonates, they're signaling a shift. They're about to give you the answer, the way out. It's a moment designed to make you nod your head and think, yeah, why is that? You're ready for the big reveal. And right on cue, here comes the solution. After stirring up all that financial pain, the pitch introduces its hero, a new, game-changing technology that's positioned as the only way to fix it. And you got to notice the framing here. It's not just a product. They present it as a full-blown revolution that's going to solve the very problems we were just feeling so intensely. So this is absolutely crucial. AI isn't presented as just another software tool you can use. No, it's framed as a historic, paradigm-shifting event, kind of like the invention of the internet. And what does that do? It creates this intense fear of missing out. The message underneath it all is crystal clear. You can either get on board with this revolution right now, or you risk being left behind forever. Okay, so the pitch has set up this huge problem and this revolutionary solution. But revolution can sound, well, intimidating, can it? The next job of the pitch is to make this massive opportunity feel incredibly simple and accessible to literally anyone. This is where they strategically lower the barrier to entry. And boom, here's how they do it. Forget about complex business plans or steep learning curves. The entire opportunity is boiled down into a simple, 3-step recipe. Get the tool, use the tool, get paid. This design makes the whole thing feel manageable and, most importantly, achievable, even if you have absolutely zero technical experience. It just screams, hey, you can do this. Now, this is another really smart move, presenting 2 different ways to make money. It makes the whole opportunity seem way more versatile and legitimate. If you're not comfortable selling services, hey, you can just promote the tool as an affiliate. If you want to build a business, you can start an agency. This just widens the appeal and gives the impression of a really robust, multifaceted system. Providing concrete examples like these is so key. The idea of a service business can feel a little abstract, right? But when the pitch says you can sell to restaurants, gyms, and local shops in your town, it all becomes instantly tangible. The viewer can start picturing themselves actually walking into a local business and making a sale. It turns a vague idea into a real, actionable plan. So at this point, the hype is at its absolute peak, and so is the viewer's skepticism. A smart pitch knows this, so it makes this crucial pivot in its tone. It kind of pulls back the curtain and shifts into what feels like a moment of honest, transparent, real talk. And this is a totally calculated move designed to build credibility. This right here is such a sophisticated technique.
By openly admitting the product isn't some perfect, effortless solution, the pitch completely disarms you. It feels like they're being brutally honest. And that single moment of perceived vulnerability, it makes all the other huge claims they made seem way more trustworthy and believable. It's a classic case of earning trust by admitting to a small flaw.
And here's the follow-up punch. The pitch cleverly reframes what failure even means. If the system doesn't work for you, well, it's not the product's fault. It's because you expected instant results, or you didn't stay consistent, or you quit too early. This move protects the integrity of the product while putting all the responsibility for success squarely on the user's shoulders. All right, all the emotional groundwork, all the problem solving and trust building, it has all been leading to this one single moment, the close. The goal here shifts from informing you to converting you. It's all about driving a sale and driving it right now. First, they hit you with scarcity. Highlighting a one-time price creates an intense fear of missing out. The price is going up soon. It's designed to force an immediate decision, before your rational brain has a chance to kick in and start asking questions.
Then, the language shifts. It's no longer suggestive. It's a command. It becomes short, direct, and really powerful. Don't wait. It's a clear instruction that's just designed to ramp up the pressure.
This next command is even more explicit. I mean, they're directly attacking the logical part of your brain, the part that's raising all the red flags. The message is simple. Stop analyzing, stop thinking, and just make an emotional decision based on that desire they've spent this whole time building up.
And here it is, the final crescendo. All caps, bold, and totally unambiguous. The entire narrative, everything we've seen, funnels down to this one single command: take action. So let's just recap the blueprint we've uncovered. What we've seen is this masterfully crafted 6-part formula. You start with an irresistible hook. You agitate a relatable pain. You present a revolutionary solution. You lay out a deceptively simple process. You build trust with calculated honesty. And then you close with high-pressure urgency. It's an incredibly powerful and repeatable narrative.
And all of this leaves us with a final, really crucial question to think about. As these AI tools become more and more powerful, are these pitches actually pointing us toward a genuine new frontier of opportunity for everybody? Or are we just watching the evolution of a timeless sales formula now supercharged with the language of AI? That's something definitely worth considering the next time a pitch like this one lands on your screen.